So these are 10 most popular traffic offenses that people commit in Kenya, and their fines. Number 1, people driving their cars without number plate. If you are arrested, then you will pay 10,000 Kenya shillings instant fine there and there. Number 2, if you are driving your car outside the road demarcation, for instance, you are stepping on the pavements or you have parked your car on the pavement, you can be arrested and charged an instant fine of 5,000. If you have parked your car in a way that is obstructing, it is called obstruction. For instance, if vehicles are going like this, and then you are driving from the opposite direction, or you have parked your vehicle in a place where you are not supposed to park, in an opposite direction from where the vehicles are coming from, it is called obstruction. You pay 10,000. It's very common with taxi drivers. Not observing traffic signs, maybe a place that is indicated, don't exceed this limit of speed, don't hoot, don't peak, don't drop. If there are road signs and you are ignoring them, you will be charged 3,000 cash. If you disobey a policeman, if he tells you for no reason stop and you don't stop, you can be arrested and charged with 5,000 instant fine. If you are driving without a DL, let's say for example you are already 18 years, you don't have a driving license from a driving school, but you know how to drive, you can be charged with 7,000, sorry. If you are a driver but your driving license has expired and you have not renewed it, then the fine is 1,000. If you are driving, you are a passenger inside a car and you have not put on your safety belts, you will be charged an instant fine of 500 shillings. So that's the smallest that you can pay. If you are a PSV driver or you are just a private driver and you are picking someone from a place that is not designated for passengers, wrong pickup and drop zone, you can pay 1,000 shillings in fine. Driving a PSV without a badge. For example, my vehicle, if you look at the insurance in front of the windscreen, it is indicated PSV. If I give it to my wife to drive, even for her own private business, and she is stopped by the police and she is asked to give her PSV badge as a driver and she doesn't have, she will be forced to pay 7,000. So this is very tricky. If your car has a PSV insurance or is a public service vehicle, you should not give it to a person who does not have the public service badge as a driving license. Okay, the other one that is very important here is the using a mobile phone. Arrested, you will pay 2,000 shillings. Protective gear, this is mostly for motorcycle guys. If you are arrested without a helmet, you will pay 1,000 shillings. And then body part out, like there are people who love putting their heads out of the matatu windows or like waving their hands or those kind of stuff. If you are arrested, is 1,000. More than one passenger for motorcycle guys. Motorcycles are only authorized to have the rider himself and one passenger behind. If you are caught carrying more than one, then it is 1,000 shillings instant. And then if a vehicle is stopped by the police and then the safety belts are dirty, then that is 500 shillings instantly. And there is a wider list that I actually did not put in there that concerns exceeding speed limits. So depending on how much you have exceeded the advised speed limits, for example, if you are not supposed to exceed 50 kilometers per hour and then you do 100, then your fine could be up to 100,000. If you are told not to exceed 50 and then you do 52, then your fine can be as low as 500 shillings. So the idea of these traffic offenses being termed as minor is to reduce the number of court cases that present themselves in courts, given that in Kenya we have, a judiciary that is highly understaffed and all over the world. And I think traffic offenses are the most common type of offenses that happen everywhere, every day. So if everyone caught committing a traffic offense is taken into courts, then courts would lose direction and not focus on priority matters. So they decided that if you are caught doing some of these things, then you can be sorted very quickly and you go about your business, and then the case ends there. Again, you should also understand that even if they are called minor, it doesn't mean that you are free to commit them, because of course, as you can see, this money could be quite a lot for some people. But also, some people see it from the perspective whereby if you need to pick a call when you are driving, you can pick it, but you could pay 2,000. What they are saying is that if you are being forced to drive a car without a clean safety belt, you can drive it, but you can get yourself in trouble. So like, these are things you can decide to commit, but there is a penalty for it. But it is always advised that drivers observe all this advice at any given time, because these are the things that now escalate to bigger stuff, and they can cause accident. You can imagine something like taking a phone when you are driving, or ignoring a roadside. For example, there is a zebra crossing, there are kids coming from school, some of them are small, they don't know how to observe traffic lights. You go hit them when you are not keen. So in as much as they are minor, it shouldn't like provoke you to commit them. You get my point? But just to tell you that if you are arrested, you should not be so much scared. There is a way out, but don't commit them voluntarily. Don't do them intentionally. So what else did I want to mention about this stuff? Yes, so other thing that you needed to pay attention is the price, the cost of the fine, because some people don't know. When you are arrested by the policemen, they ask you for 10,000-20,000, and you don't know where that is coming from. These are the fees that you should pay as the maximum. Okay, but again, you can see that there are so many other things that are not included here because they are not considered as minor offense. Things like insurance, wear and tear, I would say what, you know, there are things that are highly recommended that you have in your vehicle, especially like inspection certificate. Those kind of stuff are quite serious, so don't take them for granted. And I can tell you, anything that is not on this list, its fine is way higher than what you can see here, because here we are talking of not anything more than 10,000, while a lot of times when you are arrested by a policeman, they'll talk about 20,000, 50,000. So in as much as minor offenses are quite many, I can tell you above minor offenses are actually many more offenses that you can find yourself committing. So that is the video for today, and cheers and have a good day.